Well, Brad Garlinghouse, the CEO of Ripple, just did an interview, and in it, he gave his thoughts on when he thinks this case versus the SEC will actually wrap up, and how he thinks it's currently going. Also, the Bitcoin market cycle peak is one of the most talked about and speculated issues in all of the cryptocurrency world. And in today's video, I'm going to go over some analysis by one person who is looking at the 2017 bull run of Bitcoin and the comparison to the 1971 chart of gold. And I'm going to show you just how scary similar it is and what the actual price predictions he's coming up with Bitcoin could potentially reach, not just by the end of the year, but potentially into 2022. And this is one of my favorite analysis because it doesn't just use price analysis. It uses past price analysis, it uses market cycle data, timing, Fibonacci retracement levels, as well as a lot of on-chain data and comparatively to other cycles in other investment fields. It's one of the most comprehensive market cycle analysis that I've seen, and I'm going to review what he has to say in this video. Also, some news on the Sologenic Airdrop. It was just announced that they are getting listed by an exchange. I'm going to let you know who it is, and I'm going to tell you exactly when they're going to be listing the Solo token. In case you're not familiar, if you're an XRP holder or a Solo token holder, you're going to be getting some free Solo tokens, but there's a few things you need to take care of. Hey everyone, my name is Randy, and welcome back to the Late Night Grind. Right now in this channel, I'm covering the Ripple versus the SEC case, but other cryptocurrency news, investment markets, and personal finance. So if any or all those topics interest you, you want to follow along, just hit that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit the bell notification icon so YouTube will send you a notification when I release a new video. And if you're feeling generous today, I'd really appreciate it if you do two things. Number one, smash that thumbs up button, and number two, watch this video all the way to the end. Those are the two best things that you can do to support a YouTube channel. So if you do that, I'd greatly appreciate it. All right, let's jump into it. So first thing I'm going to talk about today is the Solo token, the Sologenic airdropped token that is going to be happening, the snapshot December 24th, the actual airdrop January 22nd. Well, it was just announced actually last week, and on my previous video I mentioned it, that the Solo token will be available on the BitTrue exchange. This is one of the first bigger exchanges that is actually listing this token where you can go get it. That is happening on November 25th. And that is tomorrow, depending on when you're watching this video, November 25th at 11 o'clock UTC, which is about 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time in the United States. It will be listed on BitTrue and available for buying, selling, and exchanging. Now, if you're not familiar with why I'm talking about the Sologenic airdrop, it's because if you hold XRP or if you hold the Solo token, you'll be available to get more free Solo tokens via an airdrop. So if you have a wallet that you're storing your XRP with, you're going to want to make sure that you have a trust line set up for this Solo airdrop. I'll put a link in the description below. You can go see more information on how to do that. Or you can actually just download and use the Solo Dex, which has a wallet, which if you hold Solo or XRP in that wallet, it is automatically already set up to have that snapshot included, so you don't have to worry about it. You can just transfer your Solo or your XRP tokens there. You'll be taken care of. And I mention it because this, I believe, is going to be one of the biggest airdrops to ever hit XRP, at least in the near term. Because as of about a month ago, the Sologenic token was trading for about 6 cents and is now trading for $2.45. Yes, it's had big moves, and there's some price speculation that I've seen on the Sologenic token that puts it at a $19 to $20 price prediction for at some point at the peak of this market cycle. So definitely could be a very, very big one. And next, I want to talk about the market cycle analysis that everybody is talking about, everybody's analyzing, and everybody's speculating about. Some people have said 69,000 was the peak. That is the top of Bitcoin. It is only going to go down into a bear market from here for another couple of years. Other people said, nope, it is just getting warmed up. And I have some analysis that kind of proves that one a little bit more than the one that 69,000 is already the peak. So on Twitter, there is a user called TechDev52, and I'll put a link in the description below. You can go follow him there. He has an analysis that he puts out some blog posts occasionally on, and he posts a lot of information on Twitter. Now, I like his analysis because, like I mentioned before, it doesn't just use price. It doesn't just use market cycle analysis and timeframes. It doesn't just use on-chain data. It uses all of those, and in fact, it includes other analysis and comparisons, such as the 1971 gold rally. So looking at a few of the charts, you can see that as the Bitcoin 2021 price chart is mimicking exactly what the 2017 one is doing right up until this point. And you can see if it continues to run up, there is a huge price prediction for what it could be, upwards of $200,000 or more if it continues to do what it did in 2017. The other scary part is how it's tracking to the 1971 gold rally. Now, why did gold actually do this in 1971? Well, if you're not familiar, President Richard Nixon at the time removed the United States dollar off of the gold standard, and they probably didn't know it then, but that was the beginning of the end for the US dollar. So what happened? Well, people started to put more of their faith into gold than they did the US dollar. Wisely. So what happened to the price of gold? It continued to climb, which is essentially why Bitcoin is climbing. And so when we look at this analysis and look at the trends, it is scary how spot on accurate this Bitcoin bull run for this year is mirroring exactly what the 1971 gold rally did. And if it continues and has the same run up, that probably won't peak in December, but as was my speculation from months ago, will continue into Q1 of 2022. We could see this play out into January, February, possibly even March, because this gold rally continued to climb and climb and climb. And if Bitcoin follows this track, it would be on pace to break $300,000. In fact, I saw him point out one analysis that it could reach as high as $390,000. Now, this is big speculation because it would obviously have to continue to track what gold did back then. And there are many factors that could play into this, because even if a lot of people are looking at Bitcoin as a better store of value than gold, in 1971, gold didn't exactly have a lot of competitors. Yeah, there was a couple other precious metals, maybe silver, maybe platinum, but they certainly were not taking up market share from gold. It was gold or nothing. Nowadays, we have gold, silver, Bitcoin, even real estate. But even in the crypto world, you have Bitcoin and you have some top 5, top 10, top 15 cryptos that are going to suck up some of that investment money of people looking to shift their money out of fiat dollars and into crypto dollars. And yet another scary yet interesting fact about the 1971 gold rally compared to 2021 Bitcoin rally is the market caps. In 1971, gold had a market cap of 1.2 trillion as it began its massive rally. Well, Bitcoin's market cap is currently about 1.1 trillion. In fact, at one point it was at 1.2 trillion. Have you guys seen enough strangeness yet? Now, they do say history doesn't repeat itself, but it does rhyme. So put your comments and your predictions in the comment section below. I'd really like to know, as we get closer to the end of the year and to the potentially huge run-up that Bitcoin and this crypto market could have, let me know in the comment section below what you think Bitcoin is actually going to do. Also, I do have a couple of polls up in the community tab on my channel revolving around this question. Go ahead and check those out. Love to know what you guys think. And finally, Brad Garlinghouse was on an interview giving his thoughts on several different topics, including what Ripple is doing versus the SEC in this case. And some of his thoughts weren't exactly shocking. You can kind of predict a little bit more along the lines of what he was going to say in terms of how it's going, because he basically said it's going well. He said they're making great progress in the case against the SEC. Now, I don't know if just any and all CEOs would say that if they were in a case with the SEC, but if you've been watching these videos or some other XRP YouTubers, you can see clearly that the case is going very well. Ripple does have the majority of all the advantages, and so far the judge has been siding with all of the motions and with the fact that this case is much bigger than just the Ripple versus the SEC. In fact, Brad Garlinghouse noted as much in one of the questions. He said the judge is asking some great questions, and the judge is doing a great job of seeing that this really isn't just the SEC versus Ripple. This has much broader implications overall for the crypto space, not just XRP. But in his comments, he talked about kind of the timeline and when he thought this case would actually wrap up. He noted how it was kind of going slow. The judiciary process is kind of going slow but methodical, but still complimenting the judge, of course, on her handling of the case so far. But his prediction is that this case is going to wrap up sometime in 2022. Now, this matches up with what outside attorney Jeremy Hogan has been saying all along, that he thinks February or March of 2022 is when we will finally get this answer. Now, whether it will be a settlement or a judgment for Ripple, I don't really know. I personally don't think this case is going to go to settlement. I don't think the SEC wants to play that game with Ripple. They picked the wrong case to actually jump into the fight with, but you never know. A settlement can come at any time. If they are looking like they are going to lose this case, they may jump in and offer settlement, but we'll see. So if that matches up with the Bitcoin bull run ending sometime in the spring of 2022, and knowing from past market cycles that XRP is usually the last one to have its run, to have its pump, that could mean very, very big things for XRP. Because here's how it's typically gone in other market cycles. You have Bitcoin has its run. As Bitcoin has its blow off top or its peak, people take their profits and start putting them into other altcoins. Those altcoins have a massive run up and a massive rally. And of course, while everyone is taking their profits at the top and it starts to come back down, XRP is typically the last one that people dump their money into, which sees its run up and then subsequent pullback and market correction, which signals a bear market for the rest of the crypto space. But if that happens in the spring, of 2022, if you were an XRP holder and now possibly a solo token holder, that could mean a very good spring for you guys. But let me know in the comment section what you think about all this stuff, and in my upcoming video, I'm going to be talking about what Washington, D.C. is going to be doing with hearings coming up with CEOs of fintech and cryptocurrency companies. Some very interesting things that are going to be happening very soon, so make sure you look out for my next video on that. And once again, thank you so much for watching all the way to the end, giving this video a big thumbs up, and as always, I'll see you guys on the next video.